Hey guys, welcome back to the Foolish Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. For those fans who wrote in saying, "Where's your Michigan shirt?" There you go. Big house, wearing a Michigan shirt. Alright, let's get to the story. Papa Kante asked out of his national letter of intent. He is not going to be coming to Michigan. Michigan was already going to be having a small class, 2 players at the time with George Washington III. And now, without Kante, it makes it a one-man class. That certainly makes things a little different for Michigan. It does 2 things. One, we don't really know exactly why Kante isn't coming to Michigan. There had been rumors circulating via Twitter, sports boards and such, talking about he wasn't going to qualify academically. Rumors saying that it might go to the JUCO route and such. We'll see how that goes, but all that's important to me is that he's not coming to Michigan, and that really makes it a little bit of a bigger need now for Michigan to either add, I would say to add a center in the portal. Now, you might wonder why. Well, Michigan really only has one center, Terrace Reed. I know they got Trey Jackson, but he's a 4. He did fill in for a 5 spot for this year at Seton Hall, but he's transferring out of Seton Hall, so maybe he didn't really like being the 5. Anyways, he's a 4, not a 5. Without Hunter Dickinson coming back, if he doesn't come back, then, you just have no one besides Terrace Reed. Maybe you would have had Papa Kante be the freshman, get like 10 minutes a game or something like that, work his way in. But now that's gone. So what does that leave for Michigan? You might think the portal. Now, not Skip Bayless. I was going to say Skip Bayless. That's not his name. But Bayless of, I think, the Wolverine.com, he was saying that right now it sounds like Hunter Dickinson and Tennessee's Oliver Nahoa, I'm probably saying that way wrong, sorry Oliver, are kind of tied at the hip. If Hunter comes back to Michigan, then Oliver isn't coming from Tennessee to Michigan. But if Hunter goes away, it's very likely that Oliver comes to Michigan and takes the 4th spot there. Like, they don't necessarily want to share the minutes. Like, if Hunter leaves, Oliver comes in, and vice versa. So, that's still just a 4 spot, though. Michigan's going to have to add a center unless they need a center. They have such a backlog of power forwards, not always so great players either, and it really becomes a problem. And I don't know, hopefully Michigan hasn't just cut off like doing recruiting. Hopefully they still have some ties to some centers, because this should not have been a blindsided thing. Again, rumors were out there for the last month or so. And you think as a major program, you would continue to keep ties with your recruits. I think of football. And like, even though someone says, "Oh, I'm going to I give my pledge to Michigan or Ohio State or Notre Dame," like, you know what? The coaches who had been recruiting him from the rival schools, the schools that are also trying to recruit him, don't just stop. Most of the time they will keep some connection going, some feelers going, unless the guy really says to stop, leave me alone, you're annoying me. Then, obviously, I think you would back off, because he's not going to come there if you really piss him off. So, long way to wrap that around. Hopefully Michigan has kept in contact with some centers, because Papa Kante was like around the 100 ranked player, 4-star center. So, it's going to be interesting to see what Michigan does. Now, should they go the portal route, would you go off and try to recruit a center for 1 to 2 years, whatever, something like that? Or are you going to go back and try to recruit a freshman to take the position? It'll be interesting to see what Howard decides to do. Some speculation on the boards gave, obviously that Oliver Nahau from Tennessee, also Johan Traor, I know I'm saying that name wrong, but it'd be interesting. Another thing the article pointed out was that right now, then, without Papa Kante, Michigan supposedly has 2 free scholarships. Again, that just points to how Oliver's waiting to see what Hunter does. Okay, so if he comes, Hunter leaves, hopefully we get Oliver in there. And then that leaves now 1 extra, and what's Michigan going to do with that? Outside of needing a center, which they do now, I was really hoping they would get another guard. Michigan needs guards. I know they have Llewellyn, Doug, and Love, but Caleb Love. I was going to say Jordan Love. Caleb Love. It's like, and maybe Burnett, maybe he plays a little bit of guard. I'm sorry, off the top of my head, I don't know if he's a 3 or a 2. But hopefully he could fill in a little bit that way. But another transition for Michigan. Papa Kante's not coming to Michigan. what's it going to mean for Michigan? And that's the $2,000. Oh, no. What am I saying? That's the $1 million question. What's going to happen now? What do you guys think? Should Michigan go for a guy in the portal hard, like get some experience to go along with Reed, or see if you can get some, incoming high school recruit, just like Papa Kante, try to recruit someone, young that you can build up and such, like Papa Kante was going to be. So it'll be interesting. Personally, I think this team should build for some depth. Again, I would love to get another guy, a 4-star guy, who's in the 100 to 200 range, right? Someone that's not going to just bolt to the NBA. He'll be around for 3 to 4 years. I like Terrace Reed. I like Doug McDaniel, and I think they're the perfect players that will help you win in the college game. Guys that will not ditch for the pros. They will stick around. You get to build on them. They get to keep, getting better each season. So hopefully that happens. Now, I mean, if Michigan can go out and get a 5-star center or something, all of a sudden they can land someone like that, of course you're going to take him. You're not going to just pass on a 5-star because, we don't want to lose those guys to the NBA early. And if you got the talent that wants to come in, you got to take the talent. And you just live with the consequences. I know it's not fun, but hopefully Michigan can keep them around for 2 to 3 years, which is hard to do if they're really talented and that have NBA potential. So much of what these guys leaving for the NBA is all about their potential, not really what they can do. Right? What can they do in the future is the question. Oh, all right. Just my foolish thoughts. If you have any to add to my thoughts, please put them in the box below. I'll try to respond as I'm able to. Again, thanks for watching, and until I see you guys next time, as always, go blue.